Hello there, I'm Lou Wieland, and I publish the official relocation guides for Atlanta that are distributed by the First Multiple Listing Service of Atlanta. We have several different editions of the magazine, one for the metro area, one for North Fulton, one for Gwinnett County, and one for Cobb County, and they are distributed by the First Multiple Listing Service of Atlanta. They are on the First Multiple Listing Service of Atlanta website, and that website and organization serves to provide information for people moving here through their training of realtors, and they have 3 stores where realtors can pick up supplies, including the magazine. And altogether, there are over 60,000 members who are realtors of the First Multiple Listing Service, and they live and die by the First Multiple Listing Service website. All the listings are on there, and all their training is by FMLS and so forth. But anyway, they are also on my website, atlantacommunityprofiles.com, and we do send out the magazines weekly to the realtors and people moving here in a digital format. That website has a ton of information about Atlanta. We define the counties and the communities and provide information on schools and entertainment and so forth. I'm also a realtor with KW Commercial. I sell commercial real estate. I sell office space, multifamily, and also I do sell a few residential properties now and then. My main area of involvement is multifamily, land, and office space. And that being said, every week or so we interview business, government, and community leaders and to provide knowledge about this great city of ours. And every week we are interviewing a community leader, and I'm pleased to introduce Ameera Joe. Welcome to the show, Ameera.
Hi, thank you so much, Lou. I appreciate your intro, and I'm super excited to be with you today.
Great. Well, Ameera is the INTERSECT director at North Point Community Church, which is a large non-denominational congregational church based in the metro area here in Atlanta. It was founded by Andy Stanley, who is a communicator, author, and pastor, in 1995, and today consists of 8 churches in the metro Atlanta area and a network of 130 churches around the globe that collectively serve nearly 185,000 people weekly. The 8 churches in the Atlanta area include North Point Community Church in Alpharetta, Brownsbridge Church in Cumming, Buckhead Church in Buckhead, Decatur City Church in Decatur, Gwinnett Church in Sugar Hill, Hamilton Mill Church in Buckhead, Woodstock City Church in Woodstock, and East Cobb Church in Marietta. So basically, we are talking to Ameera about a very impactful program called Be Rich. Before we get into that, Ameera, would you mind just introducing yourself to people, your background a little bit, and how you got plugged into this program?
Yeah, definitely. Ameera Joe, and I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I've been here in Georgia probably for over 20 years now. And I have been connected with North Point Community Church for about 16 years, and I've been on staff here for 14 and a half years. And so I have the best job ever working here at the church. It's an absolute blessing. And Intersect is a ministry that I started working on for about 7.5 years ago. I started working with the Intersect ministry. And I am married. I have 3 kids, and we live here locally. And yeah, so that's just a brief overview of who I am. And we are here at North Point Community Church.
Does the Intersect director do, actually? What do you
Yeah.
do over there anyway? That sounds like a mysterious title.
A mysterious title. You know, it's really the title says it all. We're intersecting. We're intersecting the community with the church. And that's what I do. And so I get the pleasure of introducing to our attendees here at the church some amazing nonprofits in our community, and basically elevating those nonprofits to, to have them have a presence in our church, making them known to our people, and also encouraging our attendees to go out and serve at these various nonprofits as well. And there's someone like me, like Lou, you just mentioned 8 of our churches all around Metro Atlanta. There's someone like me at each one of those campuses working in those communities, identifying those nonprofits and connecting and intersecting the community with the church.
So that sounds very interesting. And so, how does it work actually? And what is the purpose of Be Rich?
Yeah. So Be Rich is our generosity campaign. And this is our 16th year of Be Rich. And it's an amazing campaign where we get to give, serve, and love our community, hence my shirt, in a very intentional way. And so it was derived from 1 Timothy 6:18, when he was talking about being rich in good deeds. That's kind of where the word be rich came from. We stole it from that passage, 1 Timothy 6:18. Right? Be rich in good deeds. And so, what we're asking people to do is to be rich in what's been given to them and serve and love others. And so, Be Rich, what we do is Andy will do an amazing sermon where he talks and encourages people and shares the vision, right? Shares the vision of what the needs are in our community. We'll talk about all the various nonprofits that we partner with. We'll talk about the needs that they have at those various nonprofits. And then he asks people to give $39.95, and it's a little cheeky, right? $39.95, and the price hasn't changed in 16 years. There's a big joke about inflation and all that. But he will ask people to give financially, but he will also ask people to serve in the community as well. And once we meet with our nonprofit partners and we sit down and we ask them questions about their nonprofit. What can we do to help you go further faster? What types of things have you not been able to fund on your own that you are looking to possibly get funded? We ask those questions and they will give us various lists of projects that they would like funded, positions they would like filled. I mean, it runs the gamut, right? And then we also have a conversation around service. We look for service opportunities where our folks can go and serve them in a very tangible way. And so I have thousands of service opportunities here at North Point Community Church available for our community to take advantage of and serve the community.
So, could you give us an example of some of those charities that are supported?
Definitely, most definitely. One of our nonprofit partners is North Fulton Community Charities. North Fulton Community Charities is a nonprofit here in Roswell, in the North Fulton area in Roswell, Georgia. And what they do is they serve a clientele where they have a food pantry. They provide social services where they do financial assistance to families in need. They offer ESL classes, GED classes, and basically walking alongside families to try to fill that gap and fill the need when there is one. And so they're a huge partner in our community. And so I know one thing that they needed, that they talked to us about, was it was like software. They needed software, right, for to upgrade their Salesforce system. And that's something that, it was hard to get funding from other places. But as a partner, we understand that need and how important that type of software could be, to work with your donors and to work with your volunteers and things like that. So that's something that we were able to fund for them.
So, you have, I guess people could go to the website and find out some of the charities that are benefited by the program. Is that correct?
Yes, you can go to the website and see all the beneficiaries and some of the projects that were also funded as well. And you could also take a look at the website to see past successes, right? And some success stories. We love a good story, and we have a lot of stories on our website as well, just to share the impact of this campaign.
On that website, you can see the kinds of revenue the have been contributed, and it's pretty. Tell us a little bit about that and how it's gone over the years.
Yeah, Lou, that is, it's a God thing, really. It's just been amazing to be a part of and to see the generosity of our folks. their level of giving is just astounding. I mean, it's amazing. And it's really, I think, trust. They trust us to give and they give generously. And, even during the pandemic, we thought our numbers were going to dip, but we found those were like the highest years we've ever experienced. And it keeps going up year to year. I think last year number was over 11 million. And the cool thing about this campaign, everything given is also given away. So,
Dollars, that's pretty, that's quite a bit of money, and one of the things I heard you just say was every penny is given out. Unlike some charities, they do have an administrative percentage. And tell us a little bit about how that came to be. How can you do that without having an administration charge?
well, that was a decision made by our leadership when this program started. We didn't want any of the funds that were donated to help nonprofits. We didn't want any of that money to be used for internal staff salaries, like my salary or anything like that, to be taken out of this money. We wanted everything people gave to be given to the community. And that's what we've been steadfast on that ever since the program started.
One of the things that on your T-shirt there, give, serve, and love is serve. Tell us about the serve component.
Yeah, yeah, we get to serve in really unique ways. We sit down with the nonprofits and we will say, "Hey, what can we do to serve you? What can our folks do and come here and serve?" And so we have a variety of service opportunities that people can do. We have in-person opportunities as well as DIYs where they can do anytime, anywhere, some do-it-yourself opportunities or flex ops. And so for the in-service opportunities, they could be something as simple as going to NFCC and working in the food pantry. They could be going to one of our nonprofit partners called Homestretch, which services homeless families, and putting in Christmas trees during the Christmas season, or doing some house beautification projects, outdoor projects for them as well. It could also be going to senior citizens' homes and delivering gift baskets to them, and food baskets and supply baskets, making Christmas and Thanksgiving meals for seniors, right? It could be going to a drug rehab facility and working with the folks in that rehab facility, and doing different projects with them and doing game night, dinner night, being entertainment, and just, creating community for them. It could be coming alongside Convoy of Hope is one of our big partners. And, they're an organization that responds to disasters throughout the world. And so what we do for them is that we provide hygiene kits. So we encourage people to make hygiene kits and that they could use to send out when there's a disaster. If it's in Ukraine, if it's somewhere here locally with Ian, that happened here in Florida. So that's an organization we partner with. We walk alongside people going through childhood cancer with Lighthouse Family Retreat. So there's a lot of different things that people can do. Habitat for Humanity is another huge partner, and you can write a letter to a new homeowner, just encouraging that new homeowner as they make this step to home ownership. So there's a lot of things you can do. There are free things. There are things that maybe cost a little money, and there are a lot of everything's fun. I'm going to say everything is a fun thing. So a lot of different ways to get involved.
Now, do you have to be a member of North Point to participate, or can anybody volunteer?
Anybody can volunteer. Anybody can volunteer. In fact, we were able to partner with Chick-fil-A, and there are about 5 different Chick-fil-A stores in the North Fulton area. And they all agreed to promote the service component of Be Rich by putting stickers on 17,000 bags. So when people are going through the Chick-fil-A stores and things like that, they will get a bag with the Chick-fil-A sticker and a QR code that will take them directly to Be Rich's Serve website, and they can sign up to serve. We want to invite our community to be a part of this, because we don't feel like this goodness can just be, here at North Point. We want to share with everybody. We want everyone to have stake in their community and be able to help.
Now, is there a time period for this project, or is it going throughout the year?
Yeah, it's going to go until the end of December. So we launched Be Rich Give October 16th, and then Serve was the following week on the 23rd. And we will have service opportunities until the end of December.
Now, what if some people happen to fall in love with the program and would like to continue on volunteering at their respective places of volunteering. Would that be possible, or how does that work?
Oh my gosh, Lou, you're speaking my language. That is something that we really work towards with Intersect. We want people to move from ignorance to awareness to engagement to a lifestyle. So when someone starts a lifestyle of serving, that's really our goal. We don't always feel like we need to feed people opportunities to serve. We want people to be independent and go out on their own and seek ways to serve their community. So if they want to continue serving, they can work directly with a nonprofit that they feel a connection to and continue to serve in various ways and work with the service volunteer coordinator at those nonprofit organizations. Most
And
definitely.
what about if they would like to contribute money to this project? How do they go about doing that?
Yeah, they can totally go online to berich.org and definitely make a contribution. You'll see a huge tile that says give, and you can give.
Can you decide where your money is going, or do you just give it as one big fund?
You give to one big bucket,
Okay.
right?
Okay. And how do you determine and select which nonprofits will benefit? What is the procedure to
Yeah,
apply, and how do you determine who is accepted?
yeah, that's a really great question. And every church, I'm sorry, every church, the 8 campuses of North Point campuses, has their own nonprofit partners. And every church basically has a target or a target market that they're going for. And for here at North Point is at-risk families and children. That's who we tend to target. Now we do sometimes go outside of that, and what we tend to do, Lou, is we tend to go deep and wide with a few nonprofits and not spreading ourselves too thin. So the partners we have now are partners that we've had for a number of years, and we don't tend to add new partners in very often at all. And there's really no application process because we're not accepting or taking new nonprofits. Now, there are a lot of amazing nonprofits out there in the community, but we tend to gravitate towards those that are in that space of not homelessness, but at risk families and children.
So I know I've been going to the church for a long time, and I know every year they also talk about another element, which is the a number of man hours that are invested. Could you talk about that so that people understand how significant this project is affecting the community?
Yes, most definitely. So, and the man hours you're talking about are the serve hours. Cumulatively, the serve hours have definitely increased. They did take a dip during the pandemic because, of course, you couldn't go out and serve. They've been so in the past, they've been as high as 60,000 hours being served in the community. I think last year we were close to about 42,000 hours served in the community. And so it's not just about money, although money is important, it's definitely also about that serve time. We want to be out there and be present in our community and have a hand in helping nonprofits reach their goals and their missions, executing their missions.
What those 60,000 hours are only during the time period of the
Yes.
project. Do you track anything beyond that?
We don't, because the campaign itself ends in December, so we don't track hours outside of that for specifically for Be Rich. Now, Lou, we do other things besides Be Rich at our churches. And if you're a attendee of North Point, you know this. We do a lot of different things throughout the year to serve our community as well. But Be Rich is just one of the campaigns, and this particular campaign ends in December.
Okay, so let me ask you about that third word on your shirt there, love. Tell us a little bit about that element.
I mean, this that was the greatest commandment, given is to love. And we feel like giving and serving is basically loving our community. And so we feel strongly about that, and we feel like we do this in a very intentional way, and that we just want to elevate God's name, in the community, want to make his name great. And that's through loving our community by giving and serving.
The other question I would like to ask you is North Point is obviously a church with a faith based message. Does,
Yes.
um, do you pick charities based on their religion or their faith denomination, or how does that affect your decisions?
Yeah, I really appreciate your question. And what we try to do is we try our best to partner with organizations doing great work in our community. They do not have to be a Christian-based organization. In North Fulton Community Charities is not a Christian-based organization, right? And so ideally, we partner with great nonprofits doing great work, and that's really what we care about.
Okay, good. Well, I think the people that don't go to the church, unlike myself, would be wondering. We did cover this briefly, but would you elaborate a little bit, please, on the um invitation to all viewers to become involved in the program, and without you don't have to be a Christian to participate. You can be Jewish or whatever, Muslim, if you would like to participate. Can you elaborate on that and how much the church
Yes.
invites that everybody?
Yes, yes, most definitely. And I'm not sure if your audience reaches outside of Georgia, but for those that are in Georgia, we have 8 different campuses under the North Point Ministries umbrella. We also have partner churches throughout the state of Georgia and throughout the nation and throughout the world. And there are opportunities for everyone to participate and be rich. And we welcome everyone to participate and be rich. You can participate in through prayer, of course, where you can give, you can serve wherever you are. There's an opportunity for you to write letters of encouragement. There's an opportunity for you to send things via shipping, like an Amazon shipping or something like that. But we invite you to participate. We don't care what denomination, what religion you are. We invite you to be a part of serving the community. And you can do that by going to berich.org and access all the information you need to take a next step.
Now, there's another element too that's interesting is those little boxes of gifts that I see people coming to church with every Sunday. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about those.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, Lou, because that opens up, we what we try to do is also to get our various ministry areas involved in Be Rich. So what you saw was our Wambaland and Upstreet. That's basically our babies through 5th grade ministries, Kidmin. And what we asked them to do is to take a box home, fill it with some healthy snacks. And what we're going to do is we're going to partner with Fulton County Schools for this particular church campus, and we're going to go and give those snacks to some Title I schools in our community. Because a lot of times what we find is that, and what teachers tell us, is that kids come to school hungry and they just need a little something on their bellies to really kind of like ground them so they can pay attention in class, and their stomach's not growling, they're not hungry. And so snacks have been a huge lifesaver for a lot of schools in our community, to give kids that extra snack and food that they need during the school day. And not only Kidman, we also have a middle school ministry and a high school ministry. And we try to get them involved in Be Rich as well. And so Transit is our middle school ministry. And what they're doing this year with Be Rich is they're sponsoring students from other middle schools for Christmas. So, for example, they will have the bio of a student from a middle school, and they'll have that student's wish list. And that wish list is given to a small group of about maybe 10 students and a small group leader. They will shop for that student and then give all the gifts. We'll drop all the gifts off to the school for the school to give to the parents. And the parents can give the kids the Christmas gifts at Christmas, and they can put their name on it. Not the students, not the church, but they put their name on it, right? Because we want to elevate the parents and not necessarily make our name great in that particular situation. And our high school ministry, what we're doing with them this year is we are partnering with them to recognize and to encourage teachers. And so they are creating teacher gift baskets for one of our local high schools here, and writing notes of encouragement, finding out what their favorite things are, and making it very personalized for teachers in this particular school. And so they're creating those baskets, and we will drop those baskets off to the high school in a couple weeks.
I know this is uh, probably everybody knows except me, but I actually know. But tell us a little bit about what is a Title I school anyway.
A Title I school is a school where at least 50% of the children get free or reduced lunch. So it has everything to do with poverty and just at risk kind of students in need and things like that. So a lot of times those Title I schools don't necessarily have all the resources, or children don't necessarily come to school with all the resources needed.
So, if people would like to donate a box such as you described, how would they go about delivering it or getting it to the church? Or would they take the boxes? Would they bring them to the church or what?
Yes, they would actually bring the boxes to North Point Community Church. And all of our churches are actually participating in the snack drive. So if you are located in Buckhead or Gwinnett or East Cobb, you can drop your snack box off to those locations as well.
You could get those locations off the website and
Yes,
know exactly where to go.
yes.
So basically, the program has grown quite dramatically over the years. Do you have a projected forecast for this year, or what? 11 million last year. What's the forecast?
You know what? We don't have a projected number this year. What we aim for, Lou, our aim, and Andy kind of talks about this during the kickoff, is we aim for 100% participation. That's really our goal and our aim. We want everyone in our church to be a part of this campaign. If it's giving, if it's serving, whatever you can do, we want everyone to take part in it.
Okay, so they can go to the website. This 39.95 is sounds like a paint job on a used car, but
I know.
I remember an oral shy back in the old days where they was advertising a 39.95 paint job on a new car or a used car. But if they would go to the website, right, they can just Zelle the 39.95, or how? Tell us a little, elaborate on that. Would
Yeah, they can you can donate a number of ways. You can do it right on your phone through push pay. You can donate on your phone with your credit card. You can go online and donate. You can mail in a check. So however, I don't necessarily think we have Zelle, but you can do like an online payment. Um, and of course, if you're at one of our churches, you can donate in person as well.
so we mentioned North Fulton Community Charities. Can you name one or two more that benefit from that
Oh,
program?
definitely, definitely. And what I'll try to do, I'll name a couple here in North Fulton. I'll also name some others that are around our other campuses, kind of like Target as well. But we have Homestretch, is one of the partners here at North Point Community Church, and they work with homeless families, as well as Children's Development Academy. They offer stellar childcare for um, for families who otherwise wouldn't have childcare, so they can work. We partner with Fulton County Schools. We do a lot of things with Fulton County Schools, and we in Buckhead Church they partner with Habitat for Humanity, and this Be Rich actually paid for 3 Habitat homes last year, and this summer we had an opportunity to build those 3 homes with a lot of our volunteers here at the church. So if you watch the launch video for Be Rich, you'll see a video talking about that particular project. And City of Refuge is one of our partners out of Decatur City Church, as well as Friends of Refuge and Our Place over in Brownsbridge, Wellspring Living. They work with trafficking victims. So we have all different types of nonprofits that we partner with all over Georgia, Metro Atlanta area.
I always allow people on the show to uh, get a plug in for their business, so I will do the same for you. What else would you like to say about your church?
I'd first like to say thank you to you, Lou, but I would love to invite everyone listening to come and sit with us one Sunday and check us out at any of our locations. We have 8 churches all around. We would love for you to come and sit with us and check us out on one Sunday. I would also like to invite you to be a part of the Be Rich campaign in any capacity, giving or serving. We'd love to have you be a part of it, and go to www.berich.org.
And what are the times of the service that the
We
people?
have a service at 9 and 11 a.m.
All the churches have both times?
I think East Cobb is probably a little, they only have it at 4:30 on Sundays, but the others are 9 and 11.
Okay. Ameera, thank you very much for your service to
Thank you.
our God and our city and to our citizens. And we appreciate all you do every day. I know you contribute a great deal, and thank you very, very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
For listening, we appreciate your time and attention. Have a nice day.